Hi crafters, Karen here from Karen's Crafting Company, and in today's video it's all about another Oh So Inspired collaboration series. Remember to click on that hashtag that you see in the title or the playlist, and that will take you to the other videos of the collaborators and you'll get to see their take on this month's inspiration piece. Remember, you can also play along, which we all hope that you will, and you can use the hashtag I was oh so inspired. Now up on screen, this is the inspiration piece, and our artist this month is Leanne West. And her Instagram handle is at OneAllGirlStudio, and that information will be linked in my description box, so you can go ahead and check her out. What inspired me with this piece are all the letters that you see there, along with the clouds that you see on the background. So I thought what I would do is create a card having clouds as my backdrop, and then using the word celebrate for my letters. And these are the pieces of cardstock that I'm using for the word celebrate die that you see there on the left. And I did go ahead and cut that off screen. I'm also using my cloud stencil. This is from Recollections that I got at Michael's. It was a three pack. And then I'm using this sentiment here that says today and all through the year, from the Floral Birthday Cards stamp set by My Sentiments Exactly. And that was I got from Amazon years and years ago. I'm not even sure that they still make it anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Simon Hurley Clear Skies dye ink to create my clouds with that stencil. Now what I'm doing here is I'm turning the stencil on different sides, so I'm not getting the same, I'm not using the same side throughout the entire front. I just kind of like to change it up a little bit, since, you know, not one cloud are really ever all the same. So I go ahead and do this, and then once I get my clouds on there, I do go ahead and use the same ink, and I will kind of touch up the edges to kind of give it a little bit of like a border, if you will. And that's what I'm doing there. So once I finish this up, I move along, and I'm going to use my ruler here on my Make Art station by Ranger, and I'm finding the midpoint so that I can line up my celebrate. I want to get that centered, and then once I have it centered, I want to make sure my ruler is straight, and then I find one of the lines on there, and I line it up right on that line, and that will ensure that it is straight, and then the word celebrate will go on straight on the card front. Now those letters there are not attached. As you can see, I'm popping them out here. I just kept them in there because I wanted everything together. I didn't want to lose any of the pieces. And what I did was when I die cut it, I used the double-sided adhesive roll from scrapbook.com. I put that on the back of the cardstock, and when I cut it out, and I just find it easier to adhere. And usually when I'm using letters, I will use the tape versus the glue. It just works easier for me. So here I'm just peeling off the release paper from the adhesive, and then just adding the letters in their respective places. And this die set, if you saw it earlier, there were 3 pieces to this. One was Celebrate, and then the other 2 were Thanks and Hello. And scrapbook.com has a couple of other ones as well. I know one of them is also a holiday one. So now that I've got the word celebrate all adhered to my card front, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my sentiment stamp. And I want to get that stamped onto the front of the card front. So I bring in my stamping platform, and I'm going to now place the stamp under the word celebrate off to the right side. and I'm just checking to make sure that that is straight. And then I'm going to bring in my Distress Oxide Mermaid Lagoon ink to stamp that sentiment. I was really trying to kind of keep the blue family together. So I did have a lot of the colors in my stash that just really worked well together. And I really liked how this Mermaid Lagoon just added to the other shades of the blue that you see here on the front of the card front. So now that I have that stamped, I am now using this navy blue cardstock, and I'm using that as an extra layer. I'm a big fan of contrast, and I wanted to have that extra layer, and I wanted that dark blue to kind of help pop the rest of the blues from the card. So here I'm adhering it to that extra layer, and then I will layer that and adhere that to my card base. And here is the finished card. Now, when you saw the thumbnail from the video, the card that was in that thumbnail photo, that is the card that you see on the right. So when I first cut it out and created that card, I did have extras, and because I used 2 pieces of cardstock, the silver and that galaxy blue, I had an extra, so which was why I made 2 cards, and it worked out very well. Now, this wraps up another video, friends, and I hope that this has inspired you to go ahead and give this month's inspiration piece a try. And until my next video, I hope your day is a crafty day. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and we will see you all again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.